On Monday, I was stopped by an officer of the Nigerian police force when I was on my way to work. It happened that when the tricycle I boarded approached an intersection, the officer spotted me, and for whatever reason, he felt he had probable cause to search me. He signaled to the driver to pull over and asked me to step down. He searched my bag, and seeing I only had my power bank and USB cable in it, he went for my phone. Now, I should say that this was a gun-wielding police officer with bloodshot eyes. He could very well have had a few drops of alcohol that morning. But I protested. I asked what he wanted. He told me to shut up. I told him I was on my way to work and I showed him my ID. When he couldn't find anything incriminating on my phone, he finally asked me to go. Interestingly, while this exchange was going on, my music player shuffled to Locked Away by RCT featuring Adam Levine, and it was blasting in my earbuds. I thought for a moment that song was being prophetic and I was going to get locked away that day. This experience was a biting reminder that police brutality is still very much a thing in Nigeria, in spite of the reforms, especially within the past 2 years, the government claims to have made. In 2020, Nigerian youth staged EndSARS, and that went down in history as one of the country's biggest protests. The protest was primarily against police brutality. The government in response embarked on these so-called reforms and gave assurances that police misconduct was going to stop thenceforth. Sadly, many of us are yet to see any major changes in the way policing is done in the country. Now, before I continue, if you would like to support this channel, donation links are in the description. Now, I know it's a small channel, but I look forward to doing this full-time someday. Your donations would go a long way to helping me achieve this. So thank you. Now back to the video. In an article written by Balumi Salako titled "Did EndSARS End Anything?" he narrated 2 instances of when he and his friend John were arrested by officers of the Nigerian police force in Ilorin. During their first encounter, he said one of the officers slapped John before he could complete a sentence about their rights. Myself, Balumi Salako, and his friend John belong to a demographic of Nigerians who are at the mercy of the whims of the police. Policing in Nigeria is not intelligence driven, unfortunately. Policing in Nigeria, for the most part, is based on stereotypes and suspicion. A good-looking young man must be a cyber criminal or Yahoo boy. If you have tattoos, dreads, or any piercings, that is enough probable cause to get frisked or arrested in Nigeria. Interestingly, on paper, police officers are not supposed to do any of these, but in reality, the policeman is not bound by any code of conduct. He is the one with a gun, and he not only calls the shots, he sometimes kills with his shots. He is his own God, and he has no one to answer to. Sometimes I wonder, with the police being this lawless, who will police the police? The Nigerian police force has a long history of brutality against the Nigerian people, which dates back to colonial times. One of the strategic ways the colonialists had control on Nigeria was setting up what is today known as the Nigerian police force and the Nigerian army. The police and the army are in fact Nigeria's first national institutions, according to Marxism. The police and army were used by the colonialists to repress and oppress. In essence, the fundamental ideology of policing in Nigeria has always been brutality, and even after we gained independence from British rule, that never changed. During the proceedings of the EndSARS Judicial Panel of Inquiry, which held in various states, we heard shocking accounts of harassment, extrajudicial killings, extortion, and all types of misconduct perpetrated by the police against innocent Nigerians. Hearing these accounts, you'd almost think Nigeria was still living in prehistoric times. As a human being, my humanity confers on me certain fundamental rights. As a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Constitution safeguards and protects this right. But everyone knows that rights mean nothing in Nigeria. Life has no value in Nigeria. This explains why lawlessness exists not just in our law enforcement agencies, but in all strata of society. It's hard enough to be a Nigerian. The economy is messed up, infrastructure is limited, and even the limited ones tend to always be dilapidated. You can't be experiencing all of this on the one hand and having to worry about police brutality or extortion or unlawful arrest on the other hand, simply because you fit a certain stereotype that is unfortunately not intelligence driven. This is another reason many young Nigerians are disaffected today. That will be all for today. If you enjoyed this video, kindly subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, and let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Again, if you want to support this channel, donation links are in the description. Links to my socials are also in the description. Till next time, stay safe.